Yeah, so ONIC might have to watch out for or NXPE rather might have to watch out for ONIC picking up something like a Bruno. Because ONIC can slot in a Bruno Diggy combo, start with a double gold lane start, and it might be somewhat iffy for a Grog and a Beatrix to handle.
Since you put it now, it's becoming scary for NXPLAY EVOS to have this matchup on the gold lane. Just imagine that sustain and no counter for that gold lane with the Diggy on their side.
A Lilia can work here for NXPE, by the way, since they don't need to worry about the mid lane. And if that happens, you're forcing the Diggy over to the gold lane start, which you can kind of work with the Grok. So mid lane picks, again, the problem with having a player like Yelly Hayes with such a storied history in the MPL is you can never guess what hero he's going to pick up, right? Eve is also still a possibility.
A deep history.
There's a savior, very good.
Oh, there you go. A savior for NXPLAY EVOS, how about that?
Very classic. And again, the only reason I was hesitating over a savior is it's really hard to play against a Diggy, but other than that, it does work around everyone else.
Yeah. One of the tendencies I was starting to see is, and I get the idea of it is difficult to really make the most out of your savior up against a Diggy. The idea is more of just like force the Diggy to use the Time's Journey early. And then just layer your abilities well. We were talking about the layering ability of ONIC. NXPE needs to layer their skills well. So, ONIC PH, they put up a Clint. NXPE has a strong diving 3 in the Esme, Beatrix, and Grok. So a Clint will help keep them at bay, but it might be kind of difficult here. And then they draft in the Lunox now. So as to...
We've seen this.
Yeah, we've seen it against high crowd control mid and roam duos.
Yeah, Blacklist has also faced against this in a different tournament, and almost exactly the same matchup.
Yeah.
And the Lunox really did destroy.
A pocket strategy for ONIC Philippines might be, but for Kaizen, here's the Hayabusa for the last pick.
Yeah, I think the Hayabusa is really just more going to be for objective.
Yeah.
We'll only see maybe 2 to 4 times where Kaizen will get a really healthy shadow kill onto 1 or maybe even 2 targets. But most of the time, you just see him trying to play for shadow clone, go in, retry, and then shadow clone out.
I don't expect any big fights to erupt here from NXPE anytime soon.
Yeah.
A lot of their heroes, even their mid lane, is super scaling. So,
Do we expect them to have this momentum early game?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Very, very highly likely that ONIC is going to be the one who's going to be ahead on the momentum here.
Yeah.
Especially early on.
Exactly. Like, it looks like NXP are just like, okay, it seems like they have a plan here, a game plan for how to counter that momentum of ONIC. So NXP just says, we'll play it a little bit more controlled. We don't have to play aggressive. We don't need to play all out. Just take it easy.
Well, let's see if they want to shift in a faster route. This is NEXTPLAY EVOS and ONIC Philippines for game number 1. Let's see how they bounce back up to the standings.
Yeah, once again, a very scaling-heavy lineup here for NXPE, all the way from mid to gold, even their jungler hyper-scaling. So,
yeah, we
really expect a lot of holds. So that's a lot of job for Mikophobia to do.
Well, speaking of Mikophobia, we've seen him back in Season 8 on how he controls the lanes plus the Lord in his tricks. He has this thing about Walk the Lord.
Yeah.
Last season.
Which I was surprised when he admitted that was actually an accident.
Well, there you go.
Is this an accident? But Kaizen just shifted to 3rd gear for that one.
Yeah, with the Mystic Field in combo with the Guardian Barrier, it's actually relatively easy to catch out the mid lane here. And Super Friends doesn't have the Brilliance yet, so no way to dodge out of that.
Oh, the damage!
What an annoying
beautiful damage here. Oh man, this is gonna keep going on until later for sure. Not to mention, Rapid also will have control of that Y bush.
Yeah, Rapid and Nets with the bombs bunny, as the Tagalog stream says.
Yeah, and it is a double gold lane start here with the bombs bunny. Rapid Dude helping out Nets as expected there. Of course, at this point, you can't really. You can only just delay the inevitable quick scaling of a Beatrix because of her shotgun, because of her even Nibiru itself just one item with a Weapons Master Baiter is all you need. The scaling here will really be on Yelly Haze, hence why NXPE made the great call there in the mid lane to try and find a kill right away onto Super Prince, get an assist onto Yelly Haze, start building up those items quicker. It's scaling in items in theory, but in practice, NXPE can actually scale fast here if they can get it.
Yeah, Super Friends is engaging in the mid.
Like that.
Sui gets taken out. Kaysen is following through. Beautiful combo there. All the way from downtown. That's there. But again, kill still goes over to Yelly Haze.
A tree of 2 to 1. Nobody takes the turtle right now. It's not about the objectives for NEXTPLAY EVOS.
Yeah, surprisingly again, counterintuitively.
And of course, since we're having all this action, get your awesome valid prediction by Samsung. Who will dish out the more assists in this game? Super Friends or Yelly Haze? You have 5 seconds to comment it down with the hashtag Samsung. And Samsung always wins with the player. So go ahead and comment it down to win some awesome prizes brought to you by Samsung.
Yeah, here's a short tip. Obviously, the Xavier has more reach.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is hit with the Dawning Light. That's an instant assist. So guys, I don't know. It's a small tip from your boy Rockhart here.
Yeah, it's the safe answer.
It's the safe answer. Lunox has a harder time reaching stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, take that as you will. There you go. If that hit, that would have been an assist.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
And that's a free turtle for NXPE though.
Yeah, free
And
turtle.
ONIC PH will try to counter that with a rotation in the bottom lane, but they're not gonna get it. So right now ONIC, one objective up. Again, slower paced. We've seen 4 kills already in the game, but this is what NXP has to do. So they've sort of shifted the tables of our expectation here. And this time it's ONIC the one setting the pace, a quicker rotating Hayabusa. So ONIC is the one now because they're funneling. Their idea is, all right, just really help out Nets. Nets is going to be the condition here. Super Friends will cash up eventually. At some point, though, ONIC will, once they get Nets out of lane, they need to start helping Super Friends.
There you go. Sensui, beautiful engagement, but not really gonna knock up Mikophobia. There's the Dawning Light. Helps take down Miko as well.
Okay. So we're getting a bit of a control here for ONIC Philippines onto the bottom lane. Their target right now, it's Donut.
Yeah.
To delay the goal lane, it's Renegade. And there.
They're having a fun time here against Renegade.
So daring.
So daring indeed. They had Super Friends as well. Just holding. Again, I'm surprised. They're supposed to be the lineup who's pushing hard. But then again, I remember Sensui is actually a very reactive jungler. He's very utility-based. So, not surprising at all.
And it's also because ONIC went for the double gold lane start. If that was a Diggy roaming around, then they might be matching the aggression that NXP has in terms of kills.
Yeah. It's a different story, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super Friends again. Holding on by the skin of his teeth here.
Yeah, such a tough lane for him.
Yeah,
Gonna be a tough
Really
lane.
is. Especially without the Diggy.
Yeah.
This is a different route for ONIC Philippines, respecting the power.
Oh, there's a 4-man. It's a 4-man for NXPE. That's 2v4. And there goes a shadow kill. I don't know what took them so long, but was that a 4-man to secure just the crowd there?
It was the immobilized from Clint actually stopping Mikophobia.
Oh!
He was able to toss it out.
Didn't he have power of nature? That was weird.
Yeah, it was a different thing, too.
Immobilized.
That was a funny thing.
A different approach. NEXTPLAY EVOS right now tried to peel one for ONIC Philippines, but also getting the turtle on their side, but he's going way too far.
Now he's walking the turtle.
Yeah,
different-
walk the turtle. That's a new yo-yo trick we just learned.
Yeah.
There you go.
Placements.
Everyone else is really happy here to fight,
oh,
especially Donovan. Beautiful shotgun hits here to Rapidute. Still, ONIC will have control of the turtle. They are still in play. Mid lane is pretty problematic as well. There is Low. He cannot really join in. Kaysen's waiting for the retribution, but Sensui still gets it. Fight still erupting here. Red J's up front, but looks like that will be disengaged for NXPE for now.
A steal, but no kill. But ONIC Philippines right now capitalizing onto the objectives here. One thing they're trying to consider also on how NEXTPLAY EVOS is rotating faster. But one thing that they're trying to see as a window here is the tank of NEXTPLAY EVOS Mikophobia is just remaining onto the goal lane, mainly to activate Donut.
Yeah, after a long time, ONIC finally gets what they want, which is to break that bottom lane tower and have Nets rotating more so the team can group up together. And this gives Super Friends a little bit more opportunity to build up items. Only a Clock of Destiny onto him, but he's actually neck and neck with Yelly Haze in terms of the gold earned. So despite the difficult start Super Friends has been having, he's been keeping the gold close, which is great news for ONIC.
Yeah, there's one thing also. He needs to keep up on how Yellow Haze is responding on the macro level. Because one thing also, considering Yellow Haze has the spam and has the vision.
Well, honestly, it's kind of unfair because with a Savior, you have total map presence.
That is true. 100%. There's a kill over.
Talking about Super Friends,
Pretty
guys.
easy kill there. Super Friends again showing off this time around. He's doing a lot better now that he's roaming around the map, isn't he?
Yeah. And the pace has changed here for ONIC, definitely. Oh, Rapidude!
Oh, Rapidude, you can't sustain that much of shadow kill damage. Sensui trying to go for the revenge kill, but not really gonna hit the enhanced chain there. And now NXPE wants to go for the bottom. Shotgun hits from Dolan really making their mark. That's a tower down. Sensui and Nets just gonna be watching as it falls. Now Super Friends again, Force of Brilliance on in Kazin. They're pretty happy with what they have, I think. At least for the meantime, they're still in the lead. No matter what happens, I feel like ONIC's just getting gold from somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah, mirror rotations, being smart with being able to get the last hits, clearing the minion waves. NXP have been setting the tempo on the kills, but again, ONIC have kept it close. So we're now at the point where it's anybody's game. No one had the clear advantage in the early game. No one's going into the mid game with a huge lead, with massive control of the map. Nah, it's even Stevens right now.
Yeah, if I was NXP, I'd keep my eyes out for there and the combo of Sensui's enhanced chain with a full Paquito.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Double
control.
CZ,
That's
mobility burst.
You get punched, you get chained down.
So
Some people might find that fun, but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, but not all the time, you know? But one thing that we're trying to see here also is how ONIC will respond, because on the side of NXTPLay EVOS, it's all about the straight direction attack, okay? So they can set up a trap and also bring one or -1 from ONIC Philippines.
Yeah, always keep in mind the Paquito is a reason for any marksman to just be sweaty, you know?
Yeah.
You're never really
The flicker
safe.
combo, yeah.
Yeah, you're never really safe. Every bush is a possible death bush. So communication is actually very important here for ONIC. Keep your eyes open where it's there.
Yeah. Right now they see Dead in the top lane though.
He's over there.
Both cutting lanes are the 2 HP
That's pretty far.
4v4 for the Lord.
Yeah, this Lord is half HP and ONIC is still holding it.
They might reset this.
They could reset, but there is actually on the way. Renegade is following suit. Round the mid lane bushes, they are waiting
Sweaty.
for someone to make a mistake, but looks like it is going to be there. He's in trouble. Shotgun hits miss. Wow, okay.
They're able to flicker right away.
Able to flicker on it right away there, but the Lord is still in play. Sensui gets it with retribution.
This is just ONIC Philippines. Not really committing to any team fights right now. Maintaining on getting objectives plus the gold. ONIC Philippines onto the streak here, just taking down the base of NXTPLay EVOS.
Yeah, and Mycophobia committing that Guardian's Barrier. So for people, it might have looked like the Guardian's Barrier was damaging to NXP in their attempt to get that Lord, since it gave ONIC actually the space that they need to stay away from NXP. But what Mycophobia was trying to do was to just reset the Lord just a bit,
it was a
because it was
reset
right
try.
at the edge.
He was trying, yeah.
Because if the members of ONIC were knocked back just enough, the
little
Lord would
bit.
have gotten reset at that moment.
Yeah, imagine one unit, I don't know how many meters that is in game, but that would have been big. That would have been the difference between having a Lord and denying it.
It's like 5 pixels.
5 pixels. There you go. Calculate.
Perfect picture.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Renmar.
So, again, because of the Lord, that will be a tower down here. Again, once more for NXPE, they're on defense.
Yeah, let's talk about defense and how NXTPLay EVOS can bounce back from this. A setup from Mycophobia, but will it be enough to sustain the damage? Because there is Rapido, there's Nets, there's Sensui, there's a lot of control that ONIC can set up for a counterplay.
There's there.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Every time.
He's
always there.
I just have to. But yeah, as we've been a trend that we've been starting to see for the past few weeks, past couple of weeks this season, is that it's really difficult to go up against a Saber and a Matrix on the offensive side, and they're the ones defending. They have a lot of wave clear, good amount of control. You need a great entry here for ONIC. In terms of entry, it's Sensui, it's there. Maybe Super Friends initiating without fear with a big combo, Brilliance to get out and deal a bit of damage, and have Sensui and there chain those crowd controls. So For ONIC, what was worrying for them is that they have that advantage lead, almost close to a 2,000 gold lead for the marksman. A Wind of Nature already locked in here for Nets. So if they're going to go for an aggressive play, if they're going to look for that initiation, they have... they don't have to worry as much for KZen to spot out Nets with a big shadow kill, because he does have that Wind of Nature already.
Yeah, he has that divine defense for a short time once he activates it. But one thing that NXP needs also to consider here, I'm just looking at the lane equilibrium here. One thing that we're looking forward, or just to look into our keys to victory earlier, is you need to mind the map right now on how ONIC Philippines manages to equalize the lanes.
That's true. All of that is just so important. NXPE, they're not as mobile as you think they are, even though they have a Hayabusa.
Yeah.
They kind of still need to stick together. That means no one... And actually, KZen can't really split push that much because he is the jungler as well.
You need the damage as well.
So, yeah, eyes on the map is so important because you need to think in advance. You need to position yourself in advance before a big Lord fight, because ONIC, they're always dancing with the Lord, right? KZen always has to be ready to join. He cannot split push as a Hayabusa.
Look at how irritating that bomb spawning just around this Lord pit. Can easily peel you off, give vision. There's a lot of things that NEXTPLAY EVOS has to worry about. It's either they reset this on how Mycophobia does it, but not to give a block
Okay,
on the wall.
Okay, then finally finds Super Friends there. Brilliance will force him back. For the meantime, but the damage has been done. Super Friends is below half HP. Not really a state where you want to fight in. Mycophobia goes in. The wild charge basically negated by a time journey. There is on the back foot. Going for a donut. Lord, gonna be taken here. Beautifully done. And Onyx just keeping going. Beautiful DPS by Nets. He is doing such a good job on the back line.
Good thing KZen was able to steal the Lord away from the hands of ONIC. Would have been devastating for NXPE.
That would have been a disaster.
A
Yeah, that
huge
could be the
disaster
end of the
there.
game.
Great execution there by ONIC PH, but they're going to continue to apply the pressure.
Beautiful shot there from Yellies. That combo took everyone to half. And now ONIC is on the run.
Mystic Field under the feet of ONIC PH. They couldn't move.
Just catching 3 against ONIC Philippines just gave them so much time.
I think that was 4. I don't know. It's
4
felt
or
like
3.
that's
Yeah.
a lot of people going down half. And again, that forces a very confident ONIC to back off.
Yelly Hayes has been using this hero, the master of this guy, and as well as this hero, you don't know where that Mystic Field is landing.
Yeah,
You just
beautiful,
don't
man.
know.
Yeah, all of that veteran mindset. He even steals back the purple buff. Beautiful.
That's going to hurt. Elias with
Yeah, that's a
purple
problem.
buff. The Super Friends with the purple buff on his own that he got from the NXPE jungle side. So both mid laners have the purple buff. Something that both teams here have to respect. NXPE, I like the play that they're making here. Really just playing aggressively. Another tower broken, more space created for them. Back to even Stevens right now. Malefic Roar picked up there by Nets. If I'm not mistaken, there's already a Malefic Roar on the hands of Donut as well. So both marksmen have the items they need to deal a crazy amount of damage.
Well, speaking of damage, look at that. Donut almost
Beautiful.
put Rapid on half HP, peeling him back to base.
It's looking really good right now for NXP because now they have that long range advantage. Hits from Donut and hits from Yelly. He's really, you know, they're making their mark.
Yeah, and that's why I was preaching the savior pick earlier. Good to see it at the hands of NXPE, because it seems like this is a pick that for some reason, with how ONIC moves, with how ONIC fights, this is something that and I've been really thinking about as something that can give difficulty to ONIC PH. And now as we're in the latter stages of this game, we're starting to see that little by little, despite them having the Diggy.
No, this is one thing about Coach Bolofsky is also adding to the table. How ONIC Philippines is just being so disciplined in the past few weeks they've battled throughout the matches. Against NEXTPLAY EVOS, they're still respecting the fact that there's an open window on how this Neon Tigers to bounce back, especially on their lineup. But there is still a problem here if they want to take it further, okay, in the side of ONIC Philippines.
Yeah, ONIC PH, with going up against a Hayabusa, their formation, they really have to watch out their formation in the team fight. They have so much things to look out for here. Getting set up by Mycophobia. Yes, they have a times journey to keep them safe from control abilities. But if you're just an inch too far from your backliners, Kaizen's gonna land in a massive shadow kill that will force either Super Friends or Nets back. Oh, this guy!
Man!
He's down!
A miscount!
Renegade.
No. Look at top lane.
I mean, there is a possibility of a split here. 3 members from ONIC are on the bot side
This
with
is
a
the
Lord.
map. This
We
is
got
the
there.
map checklist.
We're talking about the map over and over and over again. Look at NXPE. They're not even trying to contest at this point. You can have the
for
Lord.
dare.
He goes for dare, and that's the split push going down. But the trade is going to be the Lord.
Oh!
Super Prince, what are you doing there? That was a very weird position to find himself in.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it for ONIC Philippines?
Yeah.
2 players down, they have the Lord, but the NXTPLay EVOS is having a great time here on how to push their lanes.
At this point, only ONIC can answer if that was worth it, but it looks like they're going to be back when the Lord spawns, or there's going to be a bit of window for Dare and Super Friends to get back when the Lord is up. It's not that long, so ONIC still can keep control of this game. They just can't get picked off in this moment as NXPE try to play aggressively.
That's Kaizen diving in. That's a lot of damage. With a shadow kill. He's going to be forced back off. What? No!
Shazam!
Shazam is the right word from downtown Tatsui. Being chased off here by Mikaphobia. Guardians Barry going to be blocking his way back. Lord goes down, and NXPE is really flexing right now.
Let's remind you what we used to call Haze. What we call him from time to time. Half
What is
man, half amazing. A great dawning light to secure the kill there.
Yelly Hayes with the plays, ladies and gentlemen. Just looking at how NXTPLay EVOS is in full dynamic.
Yeah, that was
This lineup, bro.
that was a total team effort, Rockhard. That was
Yeah,
3
that was
abilities landing.
That was hyper telegraphed, by the way. Like, it was layered so perfectly, and there was just no way for him to dodge. Beautifully executed here for NXP. Again, all of that being played from a little bit of a back foot situation.
And just as that, the economy right now is just slowing down for ONIC Philippines.
We're
Not
back
too
on
far.
even.
Yeah.
Divine Glaive already on the hands of Super Friends, but seems like every time Super Friends wants to get close, he has so much to watch out for, especially the shotgun coming in from Donut. He can eat up Dawning Light in the face there, but it seems like there's enough time for when Super Friends entry. See, again, they're forcing him out of the brilliance.
Another runner shot forces Winter Truncheon here, but Donut's very close by. Not really gonna be able to get on out of there. Oh my goodness. Even the Lunox with Brilliance can't, and Winter Truncheon can't survive against NXPE right now.
So we're talking about Lunox will struggle in this game, and so far we have been seeing it. Super Friends can't get that picture perfect moment that he's looking for, but ONIC will have to set it up for him.
Check your clocks. There is on the top. That's NXPE on the mid. Again, the mini map is very important, ladies and gentlemen. That could be an inhibitor tower going down on top. Right. NXPE, I don't know. They're not sending anybody. Renegade is a little bit late.
Yeah.
Looks like he's not going to be able to def in time.
Look at the push. Tower's been taken down. Top side of NXTPLay EVOS. On the wrap goes. You need to check your recall for ONIC Philippines because this is just a push.
Always check your recall if you're playing against the Hedgehogs here. It's just not advisable to just keep on going for a full 5-man stack at one push.
They're splitting this up once again, Reptar.
Yeah, key to victory number 3 that Wolf mentioned earlier. Gotta watch out for your mini-map. And you see Dead is applying pressure indirectly and constantly split pushing the side lane, making Renegade or any member of NXP have to rotate the 10 to the minion waves at the top side.
That's the reset Mikaphobia was going for earlier.
Yes.
Successful move.
Yeah, you can do that very well. Usually very easy with Grok. He is manipulating the Lord.
Just imagine Mikaphobia has a true connection with this buff. It's just telling him what to do.
Yeah.
Literal leash.
Yeah, literally. I like that.
Yeah. Put that Lord on a leash.
It's like after Mikaphobia walked the Lord back in Season 8, the Lord just never forgot Mikaphobia. You are my master now.
Yeah, the master of puppets. Mikaphobia.
Mikaphobia's the Lord's daddy.
Renegade dives in. Beautiful hits once more from Dawning Light here from Yelly Hayes. Frontliners of NXP doing a good job in zoning out ONIC. And now Kaizen will get the Lord. Beautiful enhanced chain there, but not really much of a follow-up. Here comes another Dawning Light on the back line. Renegade's still alive, but Kaizen goes down. Down goes Yesmeralda as well. They're in trouble. Yelly Hayes. Oh my goodness, he cannot survive the Paquito hits. Donut. Not long for this world. That is a 4-man wipe.
Pandemonium just broke out. for NEXTPLAY EVOS, putting them in the delirium by ONIC Philippines.
Counter punish. Onyx said, fine, take the Lord. Fine, it looks like we will lose, but we were in a perfect position to turn the fight around and take it to the point where it might be Onyx PH stealing this victory.
Not again. Not again.
Nicophobia.
He blocked
Just
it.
like that.
Last man alive, but it's just the base.
The cannon minion. The siege minion.
It's there. It's alive.
It's
there
out.
you go. There was
Wow.
one hiding behind the HP board. Beautifully played there. ONIC Philippines.
That's just the yellow hedgehogs maintaining the control of the map, just bouncing back on how NEXTPLAY EVOS trying to shift in for the